Alright, so we went to another DDLC plus playthrough, y'all guys. Today we're gonna do reflection part 1, y'all guys. And the next episode we'll do part 2. So yeah, let's do this shit. Am I bothering you? No. Just checking. It's hard to tell since you're always looking into it when you're reading. Makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. And it's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work. So it could be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances around the room, looks at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open. Oh shit. Like, does this mean she got a cock in her mouth, basically? Like, trying to catch pieces of a cookie. Oh, that's what they mean about cocked back. That Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. The two of them are both on an energetic side, and I suppose it works out well. Well, come to that, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one on one, haven't we? Though, 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 though that may be partly my fault since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still two more books after this one. Guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have the elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. Oh, so basically people picked on Yuri when she was in middle school, basically. So I just kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Sorry. I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try and act someone who has no shame like Natsuki. Ouch. Sorry. I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past too. You know, things I feel too embarrassed to re experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be at my own interests. It makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were just talking about how our interests had changed over the years. And did you get the and when did you get that into manga, Natsuki? A couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah? What was it that inspired you to get more into it? Oh no. Guess let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things. And I got so into one series that I really related to. Guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Wonka. Oh, sorry. That's completely wrong. So it's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they help you a lot through hard times. You know it? Mm, wow. What the hell? It's that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? Um, it's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it will go if you stack up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. Should I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long so I can say I've read more than you. Not that I have that money for that. Wait, you're saying a series that has like 50 volumes long? Why not? Why not a series like One Piece that has a shit ton of volumes. It does lifetime basically. I don't know how many chapters it. No, sorry, I know the number of chapters, but I don't know the number of volumes in general. Probably like over 100. Probably. I'm damn sure I know over 1,000 in terms of chapters. Anyways, let's get back to the story. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know. I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill. I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. Just think it's too convolute to it. So Yuri, are those from the floor? Mm-hmm. Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching my books. My hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there, even if you can't see them. Fine. Hiyori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Harley, she was so condensing. I don't mind if she thinks I'm not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows damn well how much these mean to me. So how about just leave me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it? Sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like, especially in the literature club. So I should figure out how to meditate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something that I have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. That even. Either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. Trust you, Monku, but I'm skeptical. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But this also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. Sorry if I came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? I'm sure we're gonna have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. You say so. Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? Um, I got them organized by category. Should I start with snacks or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh, jeez. Okay, how about for favorite fruit? Easy, cherries. That's Sayori's favorite fruits. Yeah, guys. Really? Thought cherries taste nasty. Really, Monica? You always thought cherries was nasty. Like, why? What? Cherries are delicious. See how Sayori reacts? Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction. I just don't understand how someone could think cherries are nasty. How does it make you feel? Sad? Defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you have such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries, because you felt that your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like I think cherries taste nasty, I was I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is the cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was only your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not the feelings about them, like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good. What if instead I said, like, I tried cherries and they're not for me? It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call it nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Of course, because it's the word nasty. Okay. Okay, so cherries are kind of a weird example, but I think gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings. And Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about differences. Yuri, don't you? You don't need to take notes. I'm gonna quiz you on or something. I know that. I was just sorry. I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is ours on how do you want to come across other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help turn out differences into a positive experience rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh my god. You still you still pissed off at Monica for her comments about cherries. Are you Sayori? Oh, come on. Sayori, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the hell? I've been duped. No, I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make up I'll make it up to you later. How about Cherry Sunday? You are welcome to dope me anytime, my beloved president. Buying our people's loyalty, how deplorable. Oh, like you would turn down a free Sunday, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I bought the other week. Oh, that was, I mean, I was reading and not keeping track of them. Okay, that's enough. We're getting off topic. Now we have to the gist of it. How about we try it with something more relevant to the club like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Um, well, I'd rather not. How come? Because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just gonna start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm, rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. I don't have to coddle my fingers. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable. Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monica recalls being respected was a crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever is it you like. I just prefer more in-depth and nonsense in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sympathetic, sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something. Like I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life, and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? I think this is what Yuri was worried about, basically. Let's go back to the dialogue. Natsuki, in one of the dialogues, Natsuki said, I thought he was going to say manga's for children or something. But then manga says that he's that she is past that point of her life and prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now, which kind of sets off Natsuki. It's pretty much something related to this sentence that Natsuki said earlier. And she said, "Excuse me." Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Uh, Silence, basically. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki, no way is immature. I like reading Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay, okay. It's great that you liked it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't just subjective. Okay, it bores me, that's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about this is ridiculous. Do you see why I don't want to participate in this? I knew it was just gonna make people upset. Yeah, that this was something that Yuri worried about, that she didn't want to participate in it because it was gonna start like a fight or something like that. And look at this, it's a bit of a fight between Yuri and Natsuki. I'm upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think, but I always got an impression that you secretly look down upon me. So I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making exceptions. Shit, I can't fucking pronounce some of these more advanced words. I can't blame you. Can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has at least a bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in the mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature. You can't. Please stop. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try to solve other people's problems next time, okay? Yuri's piercing words sent the clubroom into a choked silence. After she gathers her things, she leaves. Wait, freeze. Holy crap. I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so I was just saying, how did this happen? It's my fault. Yeah, this is this is another kind of recurring theme that whenever manga tries to get into like a discussion or a conversation and shit, like she tends to make shit worse, basically. Like for example, just now, she tries to help Yuri, but shit got worse, basically. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. Well, I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about the sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about it. Yuri's actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word of choice or anything like that. So I see that you're trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her. Not just like in the way that we talk to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you've given her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure out some. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just like not saying that instant, instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you're asking me, it's good that the truth finally came out because I can just now, move on now. But it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeling Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Okay. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Manga says that, but un, but her uneasiness is giving away how much she has to force the reassuring tone of her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of anyone. This is the reason. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distance themselves with manga sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Would the club have just come up to terms with the fact that some members would be in shit in incompatible with each other? Monica desperately does not want to admit that, but she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, solution doesn't seem to be in sight. We're gonna have to basically in the next episode we'll find out what happens. So yeah, and with Natsuki and Yuri not seeing eye to eye that much, that's in the next. I think that's in the next side story. But the next side story will be in the video after the next DLC video. The next video will be the second part to the side story, yeah, guys. So yeah, and also later this year, there's gonna be GTA, the GTA trilogy, the definitive edition. So yeah, I know this is taped in October, but it will get a release in I think November, not November, either late October or early November. I'm not sure. So by the time the video come out, it might have been released, but I'm not sure. So I can't wait for that game. Anyways, thanks for watching. And I'm VipernationTV signing out.